Hello geographers. So on this previous question paper, they were saying to us that we must do what? We must calculate the area of the farm labeled F in block E3 on a topographical map in meters squared. They are telling us that in meters, meaning the final answer must be in meter squared, not in centimeters, not in kilometers. They are telling you, it's an instruction here. And then they continue to say that use the following measurements with the length on the map being 0.9 centimeter and the breadth being what, or the width being 0.7. Everything is given. It means you don't have to measure anything with your ruler. You just have to use whatever that the examiner is giving you here. Sometimes, of course, in other previous question papers, the examiner will give you only the length, then you're going to have to find the breadth. But in this instance, they loved us, they give us both of them, the width and also the length. So they are saying we must use the formula of area, which is length times breadth. But another mistake that I saw is that most of you don't know how much to use to convert your answer from being a centimeter to being a meter. Because as you can see here, these values, it's a 0.7 centimeter, 0.9 centimeter. They are in centimeters. We have to convert them into meters. So how much are we going to use? You must firstly know which map are you measuring that from, or which map are you calculating that area from. They are saying from a topographical map. So since they are saying on a topographical map, in a topographical map, when you want to convert a centimeter to a what? To a meter, you're going to use how much? You're going to use 500, meaning whatever that you convert on a topographical map, being in centimeter, wanting to convert it into a meter, you're going to do what? Multiplied by 500. And let's say you have a measurement that is in centimeter, you want to convert it, and your answer must be in kilometers. You're going to use how much? You're going to use 0.1. Did you get that? I hope you got that, and I hope you are writing that somewhere. So here they are saying that our answer of the area, it must be in meter squared. It what? In meter squared. Since well, it must be in meter squared, it means how much are we going to use? We're going to multiply the answers that we're going to get from the length and the breadth. We're going to multiply them with 500 so that our final answer must be in meter squared. So let's do it. First thing that we have to do, you're going to be writing in your question paper, you're going to say area equals to length multiplied by breadth, right? And then you say length, and then you can do a table like that, and then you say breadth, right? We were given how much was the length. How much was the length? They said to us that the length is what? It's 0.9 centimeter. 0.9 centimeter. Remember, we want our final answer to be in what? To be in meters. You must remember now. How much are we using? We are using 500. We are using 500. It means now we must multiply the 0.9 centimeter with 500, right? Then the final answer is going to be, or how much are we going to get? Then we use the calculator. 0.9 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 500. How much am I getting? I'm getting 450. It means the answer is now in what? In meters. And then now, how much was the breadth on the question paper that was given? The breadth, they said to us that the breadth is 0.7 centimeter multiplied by 500, right? If I multiply by 500, how much am I getting? You use the calculator. Don't rely on your mind. Use the calculator. That's why we say to you, bring the calculators to the exam center. How much am I getting? I'm getting 350 meters. 350 meters. So since well, I'm getting 350, now I have the length, which is already converted into a meter, and a breadth, which is already converted into a meter. Am I done? No. I have to go back to the formula. What does the formula say? The formula say A equals to length multiplied by breadth. How much is my length? It's 450. 450 meter multiplied by 350 meter. How much am I getting? Use the calculator. What does the calculator say? It says that 450 multiplied by 350. How much am I getting? I'm getting how much? 157,500 meters squared. How much am I getting? 500 meter what? Meter squared. Meter squared. Did you see how I did this? So can you see I was able to answer the question, because the question said the answer must be in what? In meter squared. Hence the answer, or my final answer, it's in meter squared. Why is it a meter squared? Because of a meter times a meter, it gives us 2 meters, right? That's why it becomes meter squared. So I hope you were able to see how I was able to do this. Please do not repeat the same mistake of not knowing how much to use. How much to use. When you are converting from centimeters to meters on a topographical map, how much are you using? 500, right? And then when you are converting centimeters to kilometers on an orthophoto map, you're going to use 0.1. Actually, I made a mistake here. It's supposed to say that, let's do it like this. I'm supposed to say on a topographical map, and then on an orthophoto map, right? So on a topographical map, a centimeter to a meter is how much? It's 500. You multiply by 500. And then a centimeter to a kilometer is how much? Is 0.5. right? You multiply by 0.5, then it will give you your answer in kilometers. Then let's go to an orthophoto. I made a mistake at first there, apologies. And then a centimeter to a what? To a meter. How much are you getting? Or how much are you going to use? Since when it's an orthophoto, you're going to multiply with 100, right? And then a centimeter to a what? A centimeter to a kilometer. On an orthophoto map, how much are you going to use? 0.1. 0.1. So this is the I used this one. I forgot that it's an orthophoto map. So this is the correct format. When you are converting from centimeter to meter on a topographical map, 500. Centimeter to a kilometer on a topographical map, 0.5. Just like that. A centimeter to a meter on an orthophoto map, 100. Centimeter to a kilometer on an orthophoto, 0.1. Then your final answer would be in that particular unit of measure that the examiner would have requested. Thank you. See you on the next video.